When people imagine global war, they imagine explosions, missiles, fighter jets, burning cities. But modern wars rarely begin that way. They begin quietly, inside shipping manifests, insurance contracts, fuel markets, and food futures. In the 21st century, the first casualties of war are not soldiers. They are systems. And when those systems fail, civilians feel it first. The most dangerous day of a global war is not the day the first missile launches. It is the day nothing explodes at all. Because on that day, people assume life will continue as normal. Stores are open, traffic moves, the internet works. But somewhere far away, decisions are being made, quietly, that will decide who eats, who freezes, and who survives the next month. This is not a story about the battlefield. It is a story about everything behind it. Phase 1, days 1 to 3. The world reacts before it understands. The first 3 days of a global war are not defined by violence. They are defined by hesitation. Most people never realize how many decisions are made on their behalf every hour by insurers, logistics managers, port authorities, and risk analysts whose names will never appear in headlines. When the first confirmation of global escalation arrives, those people don't wait for clarity, they wait for probability. Within hours, internal advisories circulate through shipping firms. Language becomes cautious. Routes are labeled temporarily reassessed. Insurance underwriters flag entire regions as unstable, not because they are currently dangerous, but because they might become so. This distinction matters. A ship does not sail on optimism, it sails on guarantees. And the moment those guarantees weaken, movement slows. Oil markets respond almost instantly. Prices spike, not because oil is missing, but because traders understand something most civilians don't yet. Supply chains don't break when things stop existing. They break when timing fails. Governments release statements calling for calm. Central banks monitor volatility. None of this feels alarming to the average person. Life continues. Commutes happen. Stores open. But already, cargo ships are adjusting course. The first delays are small. A few hours here, a day there, barely noticeable. But the global system is tightly wound. Even small delays introduce tension. No one panics in Phase 1. They simply prepare.
Phase 2, days 4 to 7. Confidence fractures. By the 4th day, uncertainty becomes measurable. War risk insurance premiums double, then triple, then become unavailable altogether for certain routes. Shipping companies face a choice: absorb impossible costs or stop sailing. Most choose to wait. Tankers begin anchoring offshore. Containers remain stacked at ports. Crew rotations are suspended. Sailors refuse contracts that now include vague but terrifying clauses about hostile environments. This is not cowardice, it is risk calculation. Oil continues flowing, for now, but distribution narrows. Refineries begin prioritizing long-term partners. Spot buyers are pushed aside. Governments quietly contact strategic reserve managers and ask questions they hoped never to ask. How long can we last if imports drop by 20%? Fuel prices rise again, not dramatically, just enough to be noticed. People begin topping off tanks, not out of fear, out of habit. But habits compound. In supermarkets, certain items sell faster than expected. Cooking oil, flour, rice, canned goods. Nothing is officially scarce, but replenishment feels slower. Store managers place orders. Warehouses confirm delays. The phrase temporary disruption appears everywhere. By the end of the first week, the world has not changed visibly, but it has lost something essential: confidence. Phase 3, days 8 to 14. The system shows its seams. The second week is when the illusion of stability begins to crack. Shipping delays stretch from days into weeks. Containers that were supposed to arrive simply don't. Ports operate below capacity, not because they are damaged, but because schedules are broken. Global shipping is synchronized. When one part slips, the rest follows. Factories dependent on imported components slow production. Some pause entirely, not with announcements, but with internal memos. Workers are sent home early. Overtime disappears. Fuel rationing begins unofficially. Certain industries are told quietly that supply will be limited. Public transportation reduces frequency. Backup generators are tested more often. Hospitals review contingency plans. Food prices rise sharply now. Not everywhere, but enough. Exporting nations begin to restrict shipments. Leaders reassure citizens this is temporary. They explain that domestic supply must come first. No one argues publicly because everyone understands the logic. But the global market feels the withdrawal immediately. Poorer nations struggle to compete for remaining supply. Aid organizations warn of emerging shortages. Governments deny there is a crisis. Cities feel tense, not chaotic, tense. People start noticing patterns. Which stores restock, which don't. Which neighborhoods are affected first. This is when fear begins to circulate, not loudly, but persistently.
Phase 4, days 15 to 21. The civilian burden becomes clear. By the third week, the strain is no longer abstract. Power outages increase, not total blackouts, but rolling interruptions. Fuel deliveries are prioritized for critical services. Private generators are restricted. Enforcement is uneven, which breeds resentment. Public messaging shifts tone. Officials stop promising stability and start asking for cooperation. Borders tighten. Inspections increase. Shipping lanes are rerouted so aggressively that transit times double or triple. Costs explode. Food insecurity becomes visible. Not famine yet, but inconsistency. Schools adjust meal programs. Aid agencies report shortages. Urban populations feel exposed. Cities are uniquely vulnerable. They depend on constant inflow. When that flow weakens, cities don't adapt easily. They compress, they strain, they fracture socially before they collapse physically. Protests emerge. Some are political, most are economic. Governments respond carefully at first, then more firmly. Emergency powers are expanded. The language of war finally reaches civilian life, but by now, the war has already been shaping it for weeks. Phase 5, days 22 to 30. The new reality sets in. The final phase of the first month is not defined by collapse. It is defined by acceptance. People adjust behavior. They conserve fuel without being told. They stockpile when they can. They limit movement. They plan meals carefully. This is survival psychology. Supply chains have not disappeared, but they are permanently altered. Some routes are abandoned. Some industries shut down entirely. Others consolidate under government direction. Inequality sharpens. Those with access adapt. Those without endure. International cooperation weakens as every nation focuses inward. Aid slows. Trust erodes between allies. And still, no bombs fall in most places. That is the most disturbing part. By day 30, global war has already reshaped civilian life, not through spectacle, but through absence. Absent goods, absent certainty, absent movement.
The world has not ended, but it has narrowed. And once systems reach this state, reversing the damage is not immediate, even if the fighting stops. Because modern war does not only destroy, it interrupts. And interruption, sustained long enough, becomes collapse.